I would not be, so easygoing on
Yeah.
the French.
As much as I think the German crew will win, if Tech gets on a roll and gets a couple of rests, Jigglypuff is such a scary character in crews, right? Jigglypuff can
Definitely.
just get 3 up throw rests and there goes Kinzo, right? It's
Yeah.
like it can happen like that. But what I'm seeing right now is the first matchup that we will have, which is I think starting right now is actually Poyon against Nikki.
Ooh, so sending Poilon in first, which I think is good, right?
Yeah.
But because he's a well-rounded player, he's been someone that's been playing for like 15
Mm.
years, he's not afraid of anything. Sending Nikki in first is really interesting, though. What do you think about that?
I mean, Germany has many strong players available, a lot of the strong players available. It's always a good pick to send out a strong player because the other players are just as strong. I don't feel uncomfortable with having like Kobobi anchor the crew again. So sending in Nikki first to like get rid of at least 4 stocks because they think he's gonna win against everyone, right? Might be a good pick to give us an early start.
That's really interesting. Maybe they wanted to. Yeah, I think Nikki. Of course, I'm guessing he's the crew leader.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think being the crew leader and sending yourself in first is very reassuring for the rest of the crew. He's like, I'll do what I can, and then like now that I've set the stage, you can continue on with my legacy, right? And I think that's very interesting, and I'm really interested to see how these two fare off against each other. Maybe have they played against each other?
I don't think I have seen them play in tournament before. What I'm seeing right now is though Poyon being really strong. Might lose a stock here, but he took
do
the
you
first
already
one.
have access? I don't have access to the. Sorry, I'll let you until I have access to it.
Yeah. So even stocks now, both are stock down. But I think is a big plus for Poyon here. He is one of the old school players, right? He might have some 2000, like I don't know when he started. I don't want to say something wrong, but
2003, I believe.
he might have some 2004 bags in the trick that a kind of new school player like Nikki doesn't know maybe. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. From the looks of things, this is totally even right now.
Yeah, now that I've got the feed, I'm sorry about that, but that was an amazing up air read from Nikki. Got the great shine grab running. Got the perfect H8 with the up smash. Poilon might be, an old school player, but he has kids. He's got a job. He's got a lot of things to worry about. And Nikki, he's younger. He's got still got the young reactions.
Young reactions, yeah. I mean, Poyo has a wife and kids, but does he have an up dog?
He doesn't have. I think he has cats. I don't know if he has a dog.
Cats,
he doesn't have the up dog, which is I think the most important.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, Nick starting on a great sequence there, but Poilon stopping it properly.
Nice way to cover the tech roll there. Retreating to the platform. I'm honestly, I was thinking like Nikki is gonna run over him, and it's totally not looking like that. It's looking like Poyon actually holding his own and going even with Nikki. That has to give the French team a lot of momentum.
Yeah, I think a lot of people started, not downing Poilon once they saw him, fare off pretty well against Leffen in that, exhibition match that we had, I think at the start of the circuit. It was. But taking 2 stops of Nikki, is nothing to be ashamed of, especially in an intense, an intense thing like a crew battle where you have everyone, counting on you. So I do think sending Poilon was a decent choice, and now we have Nikki with 2 comfortable stock. As I said, reassuring the team, that's okay. They're strong, but we're also very strong. So that's great.
Yeah. The question now is with the French team only having 5 players available, who's going to be the counter pick against Nikki? Who are they going to send in?
So it's interesting because now you've got, so there was 2 Falcos. Now you've only got 1 Falco left, which is Charlon has locked in Falco. So he's going to have to play Falco. So we got Raw with Falco, Charlon with Falco, Tech with Jigglypuff, and N with Sheik. I don't think you send in Cheek because I don't want to see a Cheek against against Nikki. As good as N is, I think it could be, you know, quite a roller coaster for him. I don't want that to happen. You could send in Shalon to try to like make something happen. Maybe, you know, he manages to get the 2 stocks that he needs.
Yeah.
But I do think that I know the person who's been playing the most and like actually like been training the most and is, you know, is definitely Raul. And I feel like you need to put an end to Nikki as fast as possible. And I think you need to send Raul. That's what they do.
And Raul is who's going in. Perfect. Yeah, you made a good call there. I was about to say, I think it has to be Raul or Tech. And one or the other, and the other one being the anchor, because I think those two are like the strongest players in the French crew, and you probably want one of them to anchor and one to go up against Nikki.
Yeah.
So Raul going in, a Fox Ditto now. I am not sure how confident Nikki is in Fox Dittos and how well he is trained. I know he plays with Pipsqueak regularly. So I think he's pretty decent at it. But then again, there's also like Dave with him just posting like Ice Climber Luigi clips on Twitter because that's all he's doing in his free time. So I wouldn't put it over Nikki to get like 2 stock here, but I also wouldn't put it over him to like take 3 stocks of Raul right now.
Yeah. So like, you know, I will never doubt Nikki because I think he's someone who is like extremely well rounded, and I think him playing like, you know, like is like less strong characters and like that online is just a way for him to relax. And I think you need that. You can't always be on 100%, 105% all the time. So I know because you know Raul, you know, is a good friend. I know his main practice partner is like Midi, sorry. You know, so. Some Mars, so you know, a matchup that you know you have to be very careful in. I don't know who he plays against in terms of like Fox practice, so that's interesting. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he plays with Princeton, but you know, I think the 3 Foxes have played a lot together, like Princeton, Pipsqueak, and Nikki.
Yeah.
In Europe, I know Raul is one of the Foxes that, you know, isn't too like shy to like ask Leffen for practice and stuff like that. So maybe he's got that under his belt. But yeah, Raul I think he's pretty good at the Fox Ditto, and but choosing a map like, I don't know, like if it's the map they want to play in, like Yoshi's, is a bit scary because, you know, anything can happen on Yoshi's story. But yeah, I think Raul, if
Dreamland, it is Dreamland. Okay.
If I'm honest, and I put myself in Raul's shoes, I think he's a little bit scared, but I hope he can overcome that.
Yeah. You know, as much as I'm cheering for Germany and I hope Nikki like just cleanly 4-stocks him right now, I am a big Raul fan in any other scenario. I think Raul has one of the sickest Foxes in Europe. I think he's one of the coolest players and one of the most beautiful players to ever touch a controller. So I'm cheering for Nikki here, but it wouldn't break my heart to see Raul perform well. It wouldn't break my heart.
Well, right now we've got Nikki performing extremely well, and that's going to be almost a 0 to death. Maybe he can come back. No, that's a 0 to death, and that's rough for Raul. That's tough on the mental.
That's rough for the French crew. That's not what they wanted to happen here. Ooh, the reset. They're both doing the classic Fox, like, you know, fadeaway drill, like try to bait something in. Just Nikki put it at a better time, and he got the reset. But now Raul is on the offensive. Is he gonna get that edge guard? No, just a bit shy of it. Tries to box him in. Attack. Maybe not what he wanted there.
Okay. No, so now he's got a little bit more control, but he's already lost 1 stock. I hope he can find a bit of confidence in that neutral game right now.
Nice corner pressure there from Nikki. Quick with the reactions there too. Looking like Pip with it. Oh, that was a nice bailout. Nikki kind of looking more and more like Pip because he's going for a lot of like these reaction tech chase thingies.
Ooh, but that's gonna be Nikki's 3rd stock taken.
Yep.
And already a reset Raul on the offensive again. He's gonna try to get the Armada Shine, but unfortunately he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna be able to close out that stock.
But still a lot of momentum. Still a lot of momentum on Raul here.
Yeah, 85% though. Any hit is gonna lead to an edge guard.
Up there? No. Oh, nice bait.
Yeah. Ooh, but now Raul, he's shielding, he's wave dashing out of shield a lot. He's
That
trying to
should
find
be
a
it.
way.
Oh, okay.
Nikki already 6 stock.
I think that there was like a small sigh of relief from me and probably from Nikki, because now he's taking 6 stocks and now nobody can say anything. I think Nikki did his part even if he dies here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, taking 4 stocks off Wallon and already 2 stocks off of Raul is a lot, but he's trying to take more, 115%. There's a lot that's going to lead to an edge guard, but there's a lot that's not going to, confirm into anything also. So Raul's going to be careful.
There we go. Raul just placing the Bagarre, and that's it. But 6 stocks taken from Nikki, 2 from Raul is big, I think, because now Raul, who friends want to go on a roll again, has only 2 stocks left to do so. So those 2 players went 2 for 2 with Nikki getting rid of Poyon before. So thinking of who Germany has available right now, we do have Shima available, who is a Marth, but is the classic counter pick against Fox. I could see him going in, but then again, if you tell me Raul is really good at the Marth matchup because he's playing with Midi a lot, that might not be the best pick if Germany is aware of that.
Yeah, I think Germany, even if Germany is unaware that he's playing a lot with Midi, he knows that he had the Maie practice. Like he's played a lot Maie, especially the past like 2 years where he would play him like basically every tournament in Paris. They would do a Battalion Force. Mars, it's the paper pick, right? It's the pick you want to take on paper, but I don't know if it's the right pick for Raul.
Yeah. I mean, with who Germany has available, they could just send in Kinzo right now, I think, and that would be exciting. Actually, Kinzo against Raul sounds like I don't think I've ever seen that before. That sounds really, really effing hype. Not gonna lie.
I kind of want to look up if they've played like during the same circuit at some point. They must have, I feel like. But another Fox did another 2 like top European foxes that have been performing extremely well, especially this year. I think would be extremely. Kinzo is like definitely one of the coolest foxes to be playing. One of the coolest like Falco to play. As someone who plays on box, I really appreciate him playing on box and doing as well as he is.
So for me, because like I know the German crew, I know the previous matches. If I was the captain, not if I was the captain, but as a spectator and a fan of the German crew, I really want Fortilt to go in now. I really want to see Fortilt, because Fortilt, he's not playing an awful lot. He didn't enter too many of the same events, but he just casually entered one and defeated Mint. So Fortilt is a player that is really experienced, with Fox being his most practiced matchup because he lives close to Reisem, another German PR Fox. So that's one of the matchups I think he has down the most. And as we haven't seen him in previous crew battles before, I think I'd love for Fortilt to go in right now.
That's actually it's really interesting that you say that, because I feel like we know Fortilt. I just haven't heard much from him recently. Oh my god, that's my main man Kobobi right there.
That's Kobobi,
jump
okay.
him in.
I thought they might want to save Kobobi as maybe like a counter pick, but then again, France has nothing really to counter pick here. Maybe against Jigglypuff, he would have been a better pick than a Spacey. I assumed they maybe want to save him for tech.
So I know it's really nice to see Kobobi, and as you say, they don't really have like a Marsh that you want to counter pick. I don't know, maybe Falcon against. They don't have like like maybe Jigglypuff again. I'm guessing they're just practicing right now. But so Kobobi hates Falco, but Fox, I think it's a love-hate relationship. Sometimes he likes playing against him, sometimes he hates it, as I think Falcon does. But yeah, it's what are they? Oh, are they just starting without?
I think they're like just doing a warm-up. I don't think this is match.
You think?
Yeah, I look at these X matches. I don't think that's a match.
Okay, because I was like, sometimes
Kobobi just goes in the warm-up and does a little combo.
Because sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, we won't like take the stocks away, but we'll end it when like, you know, there's no more stock technically. But okay, I haven't seen Kobobi play in a while, so I'm very excited. I've seen a lot of him posting on Twitter in a language I don't understand, but you know.
Yeah, he's on vacation again. He always posts amazing vacation pics. Follow him on Twitter if you haven't yet, guys.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen him play recently, and he is still really strong. He got I think second or third. No, he got third, I think, at the first big German offline tournament, which was HTS a couple of weekends back, I think 1 or 2 weekends back. And he actually took like 2 games of Kinzo, which is a first for him, as well as having really good performances overall. And yeah, I'm excited to continue him doing well.
So I have no doubt that you know, Raul will do well because he's really good against Falcon. But you know, Kobobi, I know that he can like just go off sometimes. Like he just has that, like he's extremely good no matter what, just like that. He's extremely good no matter what. But sometimes he just transforms into like this like top 5 European player out of nowhere, and you're just like, okay, sure, why not? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Almost.
I'm gonna have a heart attack. All right.
So what I'm thinking is, if Kobobi takes the stock, right? I'm pretty sure that's the moment when the French crew will send in N, because like the Sheik versus Falcon matchup is, I think, one most Sheiks are pretty confident in.
Yep.
But let's not put the.
Let's not count out my man, Raul. He's still there. It's rough. It's rough.
Looking like it though.
Ooh, a good up air though. You know, he's got that back air.
No, you don't want to talk about a good upper? You want to talk about a good upper? I think it's okay.
Okay. So they're gonna sign an N, I think. You know, nothing happened. Okay, he's you know, Raul took 1 stock. He probably wanted to take like more than that. But again, you know, as much as I was confident in Raul, I was also scared of Kobobi. You know, he just like that first stock. He can't just go off like that, and I hope maybe, you know, I want an interesting match, but I hope he doesn't do the exact same against him.
Yeah, but I think this will be the moment N was waiting for. I think that's a no-brainer to send in N. And that's hard to say, to send in N against Kobobi here. Kobobi not a slouch in a Sheik matchup though. Berlin has a couple of strong Sheiks, and I think he goes to most weekly, so that's a matchup he will be decently well versed in. But I'm excited to see what N can bring to the table here. I haven't seen too much of N. What can you tell me about their skill level? Like, where do they like slot in?
So it's a little tough because N, you know, he's been playing for like, I don't know, like 6-7 years, something like that, maybe a bit less. But he lives in like away from like most people play. So it's like they're good, and they're like, you know, they're not on the level of Raul, but like if we take like they may be like under around like maybe a little bit under, or it's hard to say, but Psylo or Chalon's level, maybe, you know, around this time, around this level. The thing is, like, since they don't really like play a lot, and I'm hoping they play it on Sleepy. They, you know, it's kind of like we're gonna see what he does basically, because we don't have much like data from him. If
I see.
So now he's called, and he used to be called Chancellor. If you have, you know, recollections of him from past tournaments, I think he's changed in like 2017 or something. But yeah, he's just someone that's like always been good. He's, you know, I think Sheik is like a really great character for someone who doesn't play the game all the time. It's a little bit easier to go back to the character when you stop for a while. I'm not saying Sheik is easy. I'm saying that like
I'm saying that.
I'm saying that what I'm saying is that Sheik is played by people who have very strong fundamentals. So people who have strong fundamentals, usually when they, you know, they come back to the game and they're still strong, right? So
that's true. That's true. Is Sheik one of the characters that requires you to play fundamentally strong? because that's where the character strives the most, with just like fundamental, strong neutral game, being clean with your punishes. But like we're talking N, and we don't know who's going in yet. We don't have any confirmation yet, I think.
I don't think we have any word from France yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair for them to take some time here because they are down like by a couple of stocks now, so they want to take time to like think carefully what they do. And while they're taking their time, we can take a time and talk about the sponsors of this tournament. What can you tell me about the sponsors, Axel?
Well, the main sponsor is, of course, Beyond the Summit, right? They've helped us throughout this whole circuit. The same event has been amazing, but without Beyond the Summit, we wouldn't be here. So thank you very much to Beyond the Summit, hosting the channel 1, 2, and 3. You can go to channel 3 if you want to have some like behind the scene. It's also nice. Don't quit this stream. Don't quit this stream though.
Yep.
They've allowed us to have an invite to the Smash Summer 12. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible, but, technically Peepsweek could have gone, which would have been amazing. And yeah, they've been supporting the European scene like no other. And we thank them very, very much. Thank you very much, Beyond the Summit. What else? Who else do we have as sponsors for this event?
Obviously, Poignant Software, right? We saw the main man earlier, Big Poignant. Poignant Software, like if you ever been to the same website, they set that up. It's a lot of amazing work they're doing. They're taking a lot of players under their wing right now. We have a couple of Poignant sponsored players in these crew battles and in the tournament. So big shout outs to Poignant and Poignant Software. Also, we have Cones Academy. Who I think we both are part of, right? It's an amazing service for players. We talked about Cones Academy all the time. You guys know the deal by now. We've been advertising it for months and months and months, and I'm saying it over and over again. Amazing coaches, amazing prizes, and the consumer pass for just getting on the Discord is a steal. It's I don't know how cheap it is. It's probably still like at €5.
It's like €5, right?
€5 a month to look at like VODs, over 200, 300 VODs of top players doing training over all characters, over all topics. It's a steal. Check out Cones Academy if you haven't yet.
Please check out Cones Academy. Ranges. You got the pass for like €5, which is still, as you said, €10 to €35 for a coach, which is like you can't get better basically in Europe right now. Big thanks to Cone. Big thanks to all the people who have been coaching, because now that we've been talking about it for so long, I have it in my dreams now. I dream about Cones Academy. It's like all the time. I can recite the handbook from heart, but it's so nice to see people get better and better and better as time goes on, and people come up. I start seeing people and I'm like, oh, how long have they been playing? It's like, 6 months. It's like, they're really good. Yeah, they've been coached by Red, coached by Nikki, coached by, like, of course, it makes sense now.
It's amazing. A lot of players that have started having really good performances that I see practicing on the academy, like King being one of them. He's in this crew battle, being coached by Nikki. Then we have other strong players. I don't know all their names. I know the one Ganondorf, Aika, is actually doing a lot of work in the academy, and shout outs to them, getting good results. And yeah, it's really a steal, and you must be living under a rock if you're not in there yet. But enough about the sponsors, because we got confirmation Charlon is actually going in, and not N. All that talk about N, and Charlon is going in. We're just waiting for one of the players to give us a broadcast here.
Yeah, so it's interesting because Charlon, he plays Fox mainly. If you don't know, Charlon is one of Poilon's brother. It's they're from the same family. They also went to the same school.
I did not know that.
And they play similar characters. So of course, he mains Fox usually, but he plays Falco a lot, and he's been playing Falco more and more, and especially he plays a lot Falco against Falcon. So that makes a lot of sense.
I was about to say, like, I forgot Shalon is logged in as Falco, and everybody who follows Kobobi's Twitter knows how much he hates Falco, how much he hates and despises the matchup, which I cannot get behind. I think it's the most fun matchup for Captain Falcon, but I've had a couple of almost fist fights with Kobobi about that topic. For like what I saw recently, I think he has gotten tremendously better at the matchup, though. He played a game 5 set with Kinzo, who is like one of the Captain Falcon slayers at set tournament 2 weeks ago, and I think if they think they can just throw out any Falco at Kobobi to stop him, they're wrong. I think Chalon actually needs a really good Falco to keep up with Kobobi here.
So, I know Kobobi hates Falco, but hates, and it fuels, performance. It fuels energy. And when you hate a character so much that like you have to talk about it 24/7, that you almost fight people for it, you have to think about it all the time, and you can't just like despise it. You have to think about like, oh, why he's so good against my character, why it makes sense that I hate when I lose against him, and that just gives you the key to like have better performances against that character. So it doesn't surprise me too much from someone like Kobobi, who is a great player and has the capabilities to understand all those things.
The keyword there is like the work. You actually have to think about it and put the work in. Like if you hate a character, just hating the character is not enough, or else I would be the best player against Sheik in the world. You actually have to also put in the work. You have to put it in, and I think Kobobi is a guy with like a great worth ethic when it comes to stuff like that. So I think he has improved tremendously. We're still waiting for one of the players to give us a broadcast here, so we're gonna stall a little bit longer for you guys.
Yeah, I mean it's our job, right?
It's our job.
I mean, I hope everyone is enjoying the stream, right?
Yeah.
We've got a few other crew battles before that, and they seem to have been. I think the last one, Netherlands versus Spain, was pretty close. So everyone enjoyed that. And I hope you're rooting. I hope the French are rooting for France. I hope the Germans are rooting for Germany, and everyone else can just watch with their popcorn. It's been amazing. All these events from everyone working. All the TOs. I'm not going to name names because there's so many to name, and I don't want to omit anyone. But everyone is working hard for the Bagarre crew. They're actually like at the same house. You can, as we said, check it out on BTS 3, Smash 3, where there is a feed of like the back room. I'll actually be going there tomorrow, so I can commentate more. Yeah, and especially for top 8, that's gonna be great. But yeah, there's it's like Fed style with everyone, or so now there's also people in attendance, and as we see more and more tournaments offline now, it's nice to see people getting together again in a safe environment, of course.
So we finally got a broadcast, so I think we're gonna start pretty soon. Also a big shout out to not just like the tournament organizers, but also like our people behind the stream. Big shout outs to Shays as always. I mean, look at this layout. Look at this layout, and look how hard he worked to put that Germany flag behind me, to put that France flag behind you. The sizes of the flags represent the skill of the crew as well. We're gonna go in and check what Chalor can do against Kobobi quite soon. We do have a broadcast, but I think there's still some technical difficulties because the game is stuck on my screen. So
same. I think we'll just wait a bit. Chalon and Polon are playing at the same, the same place. That's why we spectating Chalon Polon right now. Maybe one of Polon's kids doesn't want to go to sleep and they just unplugged the computer. Who knows? Maybe the cat, fell on the Switch. Who knows? Who knows what happens? This is live. This is what happens when it's live. It's TV is the same.
Maybe Payol's throwing a fit because he's out already and he still wants to play. maybe
just let me play. Let me play.
I'm putting up the router.
It's like, mom said it's my turn on the Xbox, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
now it's nice to see brothers sharing a hobby like Melee, and we've been in the scene for so long. I'm sure Poilon was teaching Shalom about like how to, I don't know, a B in 2003 when he was a few years old. It's been a great time.
With both being at the same place, if we actually lose right now to Charlon, I'm just gonna call Fran cheated and send Poyo in twice and not Charlon. That's what my pre-John is already. That's what the John will be if there's a good performance now from Charlon.
That's I respect that. I respect the hustle. You got to do what you got to do so that your team can win. There's the Sigma grind set that we all know.
Okay, FD. I think FD is not where Kobobi necessarily wants to be against Falco, but then again, I think that's actually game.
Yeah, I think that's a game. I think we got a game going.
Kobobi likes to go in with the Falcon Punch for whatever reason. It works like 1 out of 20 times, but then it's kind of still not really cool.
It's Kobobi. He plays however he wants, especially since he's been to Japan. I feel like he knows what he does, and he does it well.
Yeah. And that's the first stock.
That's the first stock. So Charlon needs to get used to what's happening right now. Hope he's a bit warmed up. Mr. NRW Man is definitely warmed up right now. And he's gonna have to shut him down very quickly, because a Falcon that has momentum, especially Kobobi's Falcon, is no joke. You gotta be very careful.
What Kobobi actually started doing quite recently is using Stomp Knee in his gameplay. I think he found out how strong of a punish that actually is, because he used to never go for that, and he's actually been hitting it in tournaments, which is weird to see.
It's the non-mindset of like Stomp Knee is lame. It's like it's 2021. It's 2021. Nothing is lame anymore. If you're like not lame, people are like lame, quote unquote. People are like you're not playing to win, and you're not doing your best. So I'm glad he's understood that it's a good move. Ooh, that was kick. Oh, reverse fucking kick. Okay.
Kobobi's Falcon kicks are literally like, if I spam it often enough, it will work out for me sometimes, and we saw that just now. But still, Chalon cleaning out this stock, so last stock for Kobobi, but he's getting a combo started. Oh, he's been scouting a lot of roll-ins, and Chalon is not really giving them to Kobobi.
Yeah. I liked his tech chase. It was very like react heavy.
This up and out! What? I've never seen that. He must have wiggled his stick like a madman there to get out of this.
Charlon is on the back foot, and if he doesn't take this stock, that's gonna be extremely rough for France.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like what I'm seeing, and I don't like because especially when you got those stomps into side B, into stomps, into ring, into another stomp, and then he's waiting. He tried to go for the read.
He still reads the roll in. He's not giving it to you.
Oh, and that's gonna be it. And he quit. Oh no, he's mad. Oh, he's mad.
Somebody is mad.
He didn't press that. He just pressed like escape. Like he just.
That looked like a He didn't LRA start out of this. He pressed escape.
He pressed escape. That's the classic Alt F4. That's the I'm out.
I think maybe he even just pressed the power button of the computer. He's like, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. It's late. I'm not feeling well.
Okay. So, I feel bad right now because I know Charlon, and Charlon is, he's someone that takes losses very hard. I hope his controller is fine. I hope his brother can, calm him down. He did his best, and I think that was a decent pick. But Kobobi has gotten so much better against Falco now that he shouldn't be like ashamed again of his performance. These are extremely good player, but of course, it's rough. It's rough for France right now. Like I'll say it's rough. It's rough for France. Congratulations, you've got your lead.
Actually, I'm looking at the crew sheet, and I think what I didn't see earlier when we talked about the players is that there was like a last-minute update because Psylo is also available.
Oh, Saulo is available. Let's go. Another Falco.
So maybe that's why we didn't see N, because they're thinking we would rather have Psylo in as like the fifth man than N. Because if we would see N, I mean, we both were very confident that it would be against Kobobi, right? So with not seeing N now, I think we might actually see Psylo now, because I think Psylo not quite on the same level, although he did make some really good runs over the same circuit. Not quite on the same level, most on paper than Kobobi, but still more than good enough to like take a last stock of Kobobi, France.
Yeah.
Would think.
So I'm guessing Psylo like arrived like when Chalon went in, because I feel like maybe I don't know how confident Psylo is against Falcon, but I feel like maybe they would have sent Psylo first. But yeah, it's like at this point you're like, all right, we can send yet another Falco in, because as much as prepare now as Kobobi is against Falco, constantly switching like play styles of like different Falcos or different characters of like the same character with different play styles in general is not easy. You got to adapt, and with only one stock, there's not really time to adapt. So maybe that's a good call.
That is a really good point, actually, because especially with Spaceys, like play styles can be so different, and it's really like if you warm up for like let's say a Kinzo, right, and you practice your out of shield game, you practice how to try to avoid these nice overshoot areas in neutral and all the stuff Kinzo does so well, and then you go in against Levingi with that warm up, you're not going to do well, because that's like a completely different type of Falco. That's like really controlling, really smart with laser spacing and stuff like that. So that's a really good point. I never thought about that.
But I don't think we have Psylo. Knowing who we're connecting to.
Yeah,
I think we have the man, the
legend. I think that's the most fitting of these three. It is the one and only thickest Jigglypuff to ever grace Europe. It's Tech.
Yeah, it's nice to see him again, right? It's nice to see him again. He attended the Con, which is like France's camp cone that happened during the summer, but he didn't participate in singles. I think he only participated in doubles. And I think that was a great idea from him, because Tech, when he participates to an event and he isn't ready, he gets very flustered. So I think, but then he played like a tournament, I think online, and he beat Maye. They haven't played in a really long time. So, and Maye had been playing way more. So it was really interesting. He got, I think, one tech rest, which is the wall tech.
The wall tech, the wall tech and his jump rest, yeah.
So he's back. He's at least someone back. I know, things are going better for him and his life, and his Jigglypuff is seems to be doing better also. So I'm really excited to see what he's got for us.
So we are on Dreamland, which is usually the Jigglypuff counter pick. I think people might not agree with this, but being a Captain Falcon main myself, Captain Falcon doesn't really mind Dreamland against Puff. Captain Falcon actually doesn't mind this stage against Puff. So let's see if Kobobi does. This might be it. Oh, if that didn't reverse, that would have been it.
Yeah. Do you know how Kobobi likes playing against Jigglypuff? Because I know these days a lot of Captain Falcons actually like playing against Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he likes the matchup, but I'm pretty sure he has like a decent amount of matchup experience, because the probably best active Puff in Germany right now, with Frozen Light switching to Fox and Prince not playing right now, is probably third, and who's also from Berlin. So he's probably played third quite a lot at the weeklies. So I think Kobobi is not too big of a slouch in the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I can already see that, and I think the Puff Falcon matchup has evolved a lot. Oh, that's so
Ooh,
unfortunate.
a rare
The
Puff
rare,
SD.
the rare Puff SD in crew battle. That's rough. Yeah, the Falcon Puff matchup has evolved a lot. Of course, like Wheezy, just, making the matchup so much different than we used to see. There's a lot of help from people like Rash and Lechi, people like that.
Yeah.
And two stocks taken. So that's what, like 8. How many stock was that from? Like 10, maybe 8.
Oh, from Kobobi.
Yeah.
Let's think. He went in against whom? He took 2 of. Was he up against Raul?
Yeah, I think he was up against Raul.
Yeah, he took 2 from Raul,
4,
and then 2 again. Yeah, it's 8 stocks.
That's insane. That's insane because he took 2 stocks from Raul, 4 stocks from Chalon, right, and then 2 stocks from Tech. So like, we know Kobobi is good. We just, again, sometimes he goes off, and even when he wasn't like the most hot during these sets, he's so consistent. He's also very unpredictable, which is what makes a good player, but also a great Falcon, because of how fast you can play with this character. Yeah.
So looking at who we have available, right? I don't think Kinzo is gonna go in, because Kinzo Puff, one of his weaker matchup. He's not weak in the matchup, but it's just like one of his. Because in our region where Kinzo and I live, we don't really have a really, really good Puff. We have Duman, big shoutouts, but not quite at the level of Tech, I dare say. I actually think the best pick Germany has right now would be King, because King is quite confident in the Puff matchup, quite confident, because he plays with Nikki a lot, and Nikki has a really, really strong secondary Puff. He likes to play quite a lot. And I'm pretty sure his other main practice partner, Fatman Spam, also has a really strong secondary Puff. So he is pretty well versed in the Puff matchup, I think. So I think King might be the player we see. But then again, we also have a Fox left in Parsec.
Yeah, Parsec, yeah.
And Parsec also decent against the Puff, but no, it's King.
Okay. Great call.
Yeah. I mean, I think we could have sent in anyone here. I don't think anyone is really bad against.
Okay, calm down.
No. I didn't mean it like that. I just think the remaining players are all like PR level players, and as soon as you're like on the high PR level, because they're all top 10 in Germany, I think at that level you have to be like at least decent at any matchup, at least of the of the top matchups, right? Of like the top tiers.
So I'm very interested to see how King does, because I know Falco can be really good. I mean, Falco is really, really, really good in Europe against Slowly. Is like Frenzy, definitely. Those kind of Falcos that are like very methodical and like can definitely find ways to get in and then like convert. They're very, very good at baiting. Like, they don't take the first option, they just take the second, third option, so that they can get more out of their combos. They're very consistent at like setups that kills floaties, where they're very sometimes very flowcharty, and it's very nice. It's very nice to see Falcos like that. And right now, Battlefield Tech, 6 stocks left for France, and he's starting off with a banger.
That's some of that like pretty cool old school stuff. I don't see too many modern pubs doing that. Oh, that's dangerous here. But that's just like a raw, like I'm gonna get a knockdown and instantly roll read rest. Like it was not a roll read, like you see HBox doing like roll reads after mistake, right? When he just like goes in, wave dashes back to the spot the roll will end. But this was actually a rest on like a tech roll, which is actually like an instant tech roll.
Yeah, and especially on the first stock, like there's no moment to adapt, whatever. Yeah. It's just like there's King, I will read his his tech roll. But already a first stock for King, and he's only lost 1 stock. Yeah. He's doing extremely well. Ooh,
that's the solo battle, baby. That's the solo battle.
It's true.
It's actually like I've talked about this with people before. But imagine Hungrybox would do these tech chase rests as consistently as solo battle. Who would stop them in? Who would stop them in? Nobody would stop them in. That's
the next level. There's a lot of ifs with Hungrybox. The thing that's insane is he's doing extremely well without those ifs, which so it's scary to think. It's scary to think that if you implemented that. But you know, he's got a stream to run.
Oh, that might be it. That might be it.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I don't think he
Not
can.
many jumps left here.
King.
That's it.
Only
King
losing 2 stocks.
going 2 for 2 with the attack. That's what Germany has hoped for. And now it will be down to the last player of the French crew. And the question is, will it be N or Silo?
So at this point, it's hard because like you're the last one. No one is expecting you to like do it all, right? Because they're like, you know, we did what we could. Do what you can, but you know, there's like 10 stock left for Germany. It's hard. It's hard. It's you know, it's hard. And Germany played very, very well.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you know, N and Silo are talking, and they're like, do you want to go? Or like, do you want to go? Like, those are like difficult moments because you're gonna be extremely stressed because you want to do good for your team. You want to do good for your country, for your crew.
But the player that will do well in these situations is not the player that says, "Do you want to go?"
Yeah,
it's the player that says, "I want to go." That's and we got to see which one of the two will do that. I think Silo is quite a confident player. I think at this point the crew battle is pretty much lost with 10 stocks against 4 and Kinzo still being in the seats for Germany. But it's also about like the stock count. I don't know who the third place in the pool is, just from the back of my head. But I think France also wants to like play the last crew battle they have in pools like properly and end it out as well as they can.
So actually it's important because well, it's important. So the third one is the Netherlands with 4 wins and 1 loss, and they have 31 stock advantage. Right now, France has 30 stock advantage.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Germany has 47 because, like, you know, why not? Okay, we get it. You're good. But yeah, it's actually, it's, you know, it matters. But so, oh no way!
There's a secret player available?
It's Silo playing on the account.
That might be
one of the two.
But just so you know, stream, I don't want to hype you too much, but we're connecting to Maye right now. We're connecting to Maye.
So either they're pulling out like oh my,
it's a map. I do see Maye. It's just Maye. It's Maye. He just sneaked him. He just snuck himself.
Is that legal? You just bring in people like that?
I mean, this is a French tournament. It's like what the TO say is legal is legal.
Exactly.
Right?
It's like if you don't agree, we're gonna scream at you in French and insult you in French. You're not gonna understand. All right, and it's already started. King against Maye. Maye coming into the rescue like Don Quixote, just coming in and saving, you know, saving his country. So Maye, box Maye. It's always interesting to see since it's switched to box.
Also a King also has switched to the box recently, I think. So he's not quite at the same level yet. He's been grinding a lot. I think he's playing for like 6 weeks in the box now. 6 weeks, maybe 2 months. So that's actually quite a good progression there.
Okay, let's go Maye. All right, so you know it's pretty much over, but you know melee it's never over. So you can't count out friends. You don't count on friends, please. Spam your emotes in the chat. Right now, King is doing his best to try to take, you know, as many stocks as you can, just maybe one, so that Maye has is a little bit less confident. And then it's not an easy matchup.
1 stock would be nice now from King. Ooh, a little tech flop. That should be a stock. Yeah, no coming back from that.
Nice.
Not against a player as nice and flowcharty as King. Okay, now one. Ooh, and that's it. Okay.
Unfortunate.
Okay, my being in changes things a little bit. Looking at the German crew and who they have left, I think they. Yeah, well, it's still the last player of France. I think you can just send in Kinzo and let if Kinzo doesn't do it, you can have anyone pretty much clean it up because they're all pretty decent. I think Shima might not be a good pick now because I don't think he's too confident in the Math Ditto.
So Shima, did they used to have another tag? Or
Devil. They used to be.
Yeah.
Devil.
Okay. So yeah. Sorry. I know you said something about that in the beginning, but I wanted to make sure. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I do think that sending, Kinzo, the tank,
Yeah.
the
I just want to see Fortilt. I said it before. I just want to see Fortilt. Just give me some Fortilt German crew. like I've been saying that for the last 3 crew battles I commentated. Oh, Fortilt's on the crew. Let me see Fortilt. I want to see Fortilt. He's one of my favorite players. No, they're not doing it.
I'm sure they want to win with as many stocks as possible. But it would be interesting to see Fortilt. Maybe send in Fortilt so that we can have, a bit more of a chance. But it's also like maybe it's time. It's those kind of times where you're like, we want to make some player used to crews, like more used to like crews. Maybe it can be a time to send a player like Shima or Fortilt. No matter what they do, it's not a bad choice at this point, right?
At this point, but still 2 players in the back and Kinzo being one of them. It's pretty much nothing can go too wrong if Kinzo doesn't get like Gim 3 or 4 times. Parsec, by the way, also still available, and Parsec actually really, really experienced against Marth, even if Fox Marth is like traditionally, and with traditionally I mean as soon as Levin made that tweet, a matchup considered in Marth's favor. But Parsec, being one of the main practice partners of Shima, has a lot of high-level Marth practice with Asta, who played Marth on the German PR as well from the same region. So definitely one of the matchups Parsec is really, really confident in, with Karon also being one of his best wins. So yeah, Parsec is a player I see, but I do think they're going to send in Kinzo now because they don't want it to get too close.
They just want to make a statement, probably. It does the Mars Ditto.
They're sending in Shima for the Ditto.
So I don't know.
Oh, actually, Shima beat Mai in one of the pools recently at the
that's
I forgot about that.
Upset him. I was gonna say, yeah, maybe it's a bit of a mental warfare at this point. I'm not gonna make. Yeah, it's gonna make it. Not gonna make it. But yeah, also the Mars Ditto is like that kind of matchup where like you need to understand like the like flowchart kind of the matchup and the like rock paper scissors. But it's such an annoying matchup to play if you play it seriously. So yeah,
I've known Alex Shima for like a few years. Like I've known the guy for a while. I've seen a lot of his sets. I've seen some Marth Dittos he played, and there were some really scrappy ones. Like really scrappy ones with a lot of like F smashes, clanking, all the good stuff.
It's hard because it's 2 characters that like. Obviously, Marsh doesn't want to approach in like any matchup because when Marsh starts approaching, he loses, or the character becomes much worse. But it's a matchup where you like your Nair is actually really good for once in the neutral, so you kind of want to start approaching with it. So you start to have a lot of like scrappy situations where both players are close to each other, and they can't like their hits are not going to hit strong, so they're going to get reversaled a lot. And definitely someone that can explain the scrappy situation. Can have any advantage, just like Shima.
I think everything has been said.
Yeah.
I think the first interaction has said everything, has confirmed everything you said about the matchup right now.
Yeah. So they're gonna use a lot of Nairs because Nairs are really, really good in the matchup. Depending on the timing, it beats like basically all of Marsh's options except forward smash. But yeah, Maie. No slouch in that matchup also.
Nice recovery there. The instant wall tag into air dodge. Ooh, and there the forward smash. The forward smash is coming out. Fortunate SD there from Shima. By the way, congratulations to the French team because you're the first team that got Germany under 10 stocks.
Yay!
Just a little side note. Yeah. For now, it's looking like, besides that SD, it's looking like really confident. No jump there on Maie. And Shima caught onto it.
But good read from Maie.
Yeah.
I think he did save the jump, so he wanted to wait for that jump. But
that was a quick mash.
And yeah, you want to shut down Mars approaching with those just raw forward smashes because he doesn't really have anything to like. I mean, you have your own forward smash if you time it properly, but that's about it. Shima. Shima.
That was a forward smash and a half.
Yeah, it's a great spacing. Knew that he wanted to move around, but Maie is like, I also have that option. I got that forward smash too, baby. And maybe Maie having a bit of PTSD from from his previous pool match, and Shima is having the time of his life.
Damn, this is quite exciting ditto right now. You can see that both like you see Mahi really wants to like bring this back and at least get to Kinzo.
Yeah, he wants to do his best. I mean, he's one of the best players in France, if not the best right now competing. And he wants to to show why he has that title, but Shima is not gonna let him do that.
Oh,
That's gonna be it.
Hello there.
6 stock advantage for Germany, just as you said, as a consolation prize. You get the under 10 stock, but gotta bow down, gotta put up the white flag, and congratulations to Germany. Did great, and congratulations to France for doing your best.
Yeah.
Again, it's
that was still a strong showing. It was
nice
considering how strong the players are that Germany sent in. I think that was quite a decent showing from a lot of the French players. Raoul obviously put in the work. He went even with the Germans. I think he took 4 stocks. And especially Poyon, even if he just took 2 stocks, the gameplay actually still really impressed me. Because he's going up against Nikki. That's like a top 10 player in Europe, right?
Yeah.
It's like you didn't expect it, but you saw like these guys on the French crew, they can definitely hang with the best.
Yeah. And again, this have been amazing crew.